All right, what's good? What's good? Friday night. What y'all doing out there? What y'all doing out there? Oh man. What's popping for tonight? You know, some of the homies say they was going down to gym. I slid through there. They got the sports best thing going. The whole layout is tight, and played a few slots. I ain't win nothing. Just broke even. I'm good with that. Versus leaving there broke or just losing in general. So, that's what's up. But the big game is Sunday, 1 o'clock. Be there. Let's go. You see the drip. We ready. We ready for that rap. That Z, all them boys. We ready for y'all. Come on up to DC and let's get it popping. Let's go. You feel me? That's what it is. Thank you for the early Christmas gift, because that's what it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to all the players in PG County that's playing in the All-Star game tomorrow. My cousin, Caden Moody, number 6 for Flowers, will be playing in that All-Star game. And he's flying out to Orlando for the AAU Invitation All Star Game. Only a select few players has gotten that invitation every year, so he got his invite this year to go down there and play on the All Star team. So AAU have their own All Star game that consists of seniors. And this is another way of getting them looks for college schools. You know what I'm saying? I remember when I told my son, music professor, that he played AAU football, and he's a Caucasian guy. He cool, but he said, "What is AAU?" And you know, I was taken back because I didn't know if he was trying to be funny or not, right? But I kind of gathered my thoughts, and I said, you know what, he probably really don't know what AAU is. So, because in my world, everybody know what AAU is. It's a alternative league that allows your kid to play sports, and it's outside of the school system, but and you could play this sport all year round, and then they have a traveling team, and therefore you could get a college scholarship playing for this organization and being exposed, just like being affiliated with the school. And because he got me off guard because he didn't know what AAU was. I don't really feel that I explained it to him at 100%, but I just said, I know I said it's an alternative league that allows kids to get exposed on a national level. Through this league, people recruit for college from these AAU leagues, or recruit the high schools when the kids are coming through Pop Warner, or flag football. The scouts be out there from these schools, and a lot of the scouts are AAU coaches, like Trey Mimes, that that coached the Woodson 33 and O team, which my nephew was on that team. Um, he's an AAU coach in Virginia for Virginia Loaded or Reloaded. I think it's Virginia Loaded. And, you know, they won the championship the same year that they won the championship out in Vegas, or was it the year after that? Yeah, it was. It was the year after that. So Trey Mimes, he won the 33 and old title, which was actually three titles back to back. He won 2014 and he won 2015, the Interstate High and the DCIAA. So he won them two championships. So we won three. And then 2016, he won the AAU basketball tournament championships in Vegas. And he had a kid from Virginia that I think that came out of I think the neighborhood where Allen Iverson grew up at, and his name was McCullen. And Trey got that kid to Georgetown that was on his AAU team, and he's a Caucasian young man, grew up around the brothers, play ball like the brothers. He remind me of Jason Williams, that played with Orlando. I think it was Orlando, the Caucasian brother, not the black Jason Williams. That's the center that played with the Nets. I want to say Jason Williams, the Caucasian baller. Uh, you know, he played with Orlando. I know it was a down south team. It might have been Miami, but they called them white chocolate. So that's the Jason Williams I'm talking about. McCullen, that come from Virginia, that made it to Georgetown back in 2015, 16. It was 16. Or was it 17? That him and Antoine was there. Antoine Walker. Antoine Walker got to Georgetown in 2016, 17, and McCullen got there at the same time. And then when Antoine got into a situation, he had to go to Rhode Island to play. McCullen transferred to Texas A&M and beast out last year with them. And he played in the Lakers Summer League this year. So he's part of the Lakers organization G League. So yeah, so that's our very own Trey Mimes. That's his product right there. That's his guy. One of the players he groomed. So yeah, this is what AAU does for you. It gives you the exposure, you know, which is an alternative exposure and another avenue outside of school. Because some people can play for their school and you can play for the AAU organization as well. And the same opportunity you can get playing with a structured team for the school you go to, you can get that same exposure with AAU. So yeah. So shouts out to AAU for that organization. My son was invited, him and his team that won the 14U championship here in Maryland. And they went undefeated 13-0. And their team got invited to play in the championship down in Florida, Orlando, and they lost, but it was a great experience. You have to experience Christmas in Orlando in December. It was like 70, 75, 80 degrees when it was cold here. Like now we wearing coats and everything. It was like that moving Cannonball Run, something like that. When the Jamaicans came from Jamaica to America for the Olympics, I think. And when they got to New York, JFK, it was like it was like a damn snowstorm, and they come out the airport with shorts and stuff on, and they ran back in and had to buy thermals and like jumpsuits, weather cold, like what is it, the goose downs, like jumpers and big jackets, because the weather had changed. I went through that when we went to Orlando in 2017. We had coats on leaving the airport from here at Dulles. But once we got to Florida, we had to come out them coats and stuff because it was 75 degrees down there. So yeah, it was a trip. So I highly recommend it. Get to Orlando in December and experience Christmas, or December when it's cold here, it's warm down there. And they got the Christmas themes going, and it feel crazy because it's not cold. So something to experience, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But yeah, so I just love reminiscing about some good times. All right, so let's get into it, man. We got the soft tones, and their cut is extraordinary people. You know what I'm saying? So let's let the brothers get into their cut and serenade the ladies. We bring a love back with the 1970s soul music. Let's go. Soft tones, 1970s soul music. Yeah. Yeah. Extraordinary people. Huh, man. The Softones. 1970 soul music. Let's go. This is one of my uncle favorite groups. Softones and the Unifics. They were all out there on the road recording music around that same time, and they were all high school friends, and I didn't know it was an Eastern high school in Baltimore. That's what he told me. I thought they was from Easton and DC. They're from Easton and Baltimore, just like there's a Dunbar in Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Just thought I'd throw that up in there because if I didn't know it, I know you didn't know it. Last but not least, I don't know if y'all heard about Jalen Rose and his wife. Has been separated for a year and they're finalizing their divorce. But your man Stephen A. Smith, you know, is creeping with Molly, Jalen Rose's wife. Personally, that's not cool if he your friend. One thing about it, you gotta understand if women dealing with you and they know you friends with their ex-husband, is they really trying to make you mad, make them mad, or do they really like you? You gotta ask yourself. And at the end of the day, sometimes men don't care. I mean, yeah, get them back with me. You know, you show him. But that's just not cool. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that I've been friends with and you get a divorce from your old lady or somebody you dated, somebody you cared for, I just feel like it's beneath me to run behind her knowing that you still got feelings for that person and it's a good chance that you guys gonna get back together. You know what I'm saying? People get killed for stuff like that. People get their ass whooped for stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna call his name, but I got a coworker, from New Jersey, and one of the homies, you know, he him and his girl fell out and they broke up or whatever, and he was talking about, oh, she free, she open. I'm gonna go holler at that. And I was looking at him like bro, we don't do that down here. You get your head tapped for that. And he looking at me like, well, if she with it, then it's all good. And that's what I said to him. I say, do you think she really like a dude like you? I say, look at him and look at you. Dude look like he's a model or a bodybuilder or something. Now look at yourself. Do you really think she like you like that? So if she did get up with you, it's just to make him mad. So I gave him something to think about. You know what I'm saying? And I could see it in his demeanor. He probably didn't care. But I'm like, don't play with people, folks, because you know you get hurt over stuff like that. You get hurt over stuff like that. And I mean, it's just a code, a honor code, a respect code that you just didn't do that. I remember one of my homeboys, his cousin liked me. I ain't gonna call her no names, but she went to her cousin and said, hey, me and Dave like each other and we going to date. And he worrying about what you gonna say. So I'm telling you, we're going to date. That's what she told her cousin. And I didn't know she stepped to him. And then when I tried to tell him about how she like really being aggressive, and I don't know how long I can, you know, fight her off without giving in because I liked her back. But I respected my boy. We got dirt on each other. We know how we get down, and how we been out here with the ladies. And so that was another thing. It's like if you wasn't really gonna be serious about my family member or their family member, we don't want you nowhere near our folks. And when I try to tell him, I say, bro, this is what it is. And I mean, I'm just telling you, and I'm not saying I'm going to deal with her, but it might be a good chance that I might. But, I just want, he said, man, I know you good. And I really respect that you telling me, before I had to see it or hear it in the street. And that's what men do. Men talk to each other and get understanding. And, it wasn't on no snake tip. It was straight up. It was humble. And it was all love at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, so, you know, so I ain't feeling nothing Stephen A doing with Jalen Rose ex-wife. You know what I'm saying? It just show how hard up he is, and he got all the money in the world. He rich, he famous, but he corny. You can't even go get your own girl. You got to be running behind somebody else, girl. That's just show. Any dude that does that, you whack. It's too many women out here. You don't need to be running after your partner's girls. You get hurt like that. You don't want it done to you. So why are you doing it? So I'm just saying. I'm just saying. In DC, we don't do it like that down here. It's an unwritten rule. Cause you got these smart ass people talking about, well, who made the rules? Where the rule book at? Like, you missing the whole point. And depending on how much that man love that lady is still in love with her, that's how bad your ass gonna get whooped or get your head tapped. You might make it, you might survive it. I don't know. Depending on how mad he is. Leave people, folks alone. It's too many women out here. You go on the internet, they trying to give it away. Why you running behind your man or your folks? People. It's whack. I'm just saying, It is what it is, man. Big day, street finest, you know what I'm saying? Like, share, subscribe, and that's just my opinion. And Stephen A, if we want to talk about it, we could talk. We could talk. And I give you my opinion. And I hope you learn something. Because I don't know where you from or who does that. Now, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt. Maybe she was coming on to you. And maybe you try to avoid her. But, after a while, you just be like, you know what, bro? I'm going to go ahead and bust it up. Now, if that was the case, then okay, you get a pass. But if you knew they were having problems and you running behind her, fake like you trying to console her because she vulnerable, you wrong, bro. You wrong. Simple as that. And you ain't really been a favorite guy of mine since Kwame Brown been exposing you about what you was doing that I wasn't really aware of, you know. And at the end of the day, you got a job to do, but you ain't gotta like the job that you do. And at some point, you can change the narrative because you're powerful now. You have a voice, and folks listen to you. So you don't have to be what they sent you to be. At some point, you can change the narrative. I'm just saying, you know, I don't know how. I don't have the solution, but I know you can. I know you can. Now, it's just a matter, do you want to or not? So it is what it is. All right, y'all have a good night, man. It's 2 in the morning, 2:46. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm just trying to make the best of my Friday night, Saturday morning, because time goes so quick. Monday will be here in a heartbeat. And it's like, where did the weekend go? All right, I'm out. Peace.